back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Cora. I am the mama to 2 baby girls, 1 3 and 1 1.5, and I am 20 weeks pregnant with baby number 3. So this is my, obviously if you clicked on this, you know it's my 20-week bump update and gender reveal. And we had a bit of a scare, a little bit of a scare at our ultrasound appointment, which I will get into what all happened shortly. But to begin with, let's get into the baby stats for this week for a 20-week baby, and then we'll get into all my symptoms and the gender reveal and all that good stuff. So this week, the baby is 10.51 inches and 12.7 ounces, which is so substantial. I'm so excited. We're almost to that 1 pound mark. Almost there. Baby is, the gender can now be identified. Your baby may be sucking its thumb or yawning in your uterus, which just is so cute. They're starting to do all those little baby things that we just love and find so adorable. The hair is growing on baby's head and also the facial hair, so eyebrows and eyelashes and all that good stuff. So it's really amazing because the facial features are actually formed now, so what you see on your 20-week ultrasound as far as the bone structure and all that, it's really a good representation and a glimpse of what you're gonna see when you actually meet your little baby, which is just so amazing. I find it just striking when I look back on my 2 girls' ultrasounds for their 20-week anatomy scans. I can just tell, it's like, oh, that's Eve, you know, it just looks just like her. It's just her profile, and Amma as well. So it was amazing to see this little baby's ultrasound up there, and I wasn't able to film, but I was able to FaceTime with my husband Will, which was really, really nice. That way he could participate. He actually had to watch our 2 girls while I was there, so he wasn't able to be in the room, but it was wonderful to be able to share those moments with him in any way possible. And here is what the baby looks like at 20 weeks. And then the actual size overwhelms the camera. So finally bigger than the camera and really making so much progress. I love this Pregnancy Plus app. I find that being able to visualize the baby in the way that they show it and the information they share so invaluable. So I definitely highly recommend this app if you don't have it already. So those are some of the things that are going on with baby this week. For me at the anatomy scan, everything looks great with baby. So baby is looking great. Everything looks normal, healthy, growing as usual, which is just the most wonderful news to hear, as you all know, when you are waiting to just hear that everything's okay. So baby is doing great. The scare, or I don't know if you would call this a complication or a potential complication, but the doctor told me that I have a low-lying placenta. And so what that means is that my placenta is 1.5 centimeters from my cervix. So anything below 2 centimeters or closer than 2 centimeters is considered a low-lying placenta. And it's also an anterior placenta, which means it's my placenta is on the front of my uterus, which is part of why it took me a little bit longer to feel baby move. And this is a relatively rare thing. It happens in about, I think 5% overall of pregnancies. So it's not very common. I have not had a complication yet in my pregnancies, thankfully. And I've had 2 vaginal births without complications. So this is the first thing that's ever happened where the doctor, I could tell that the doctor needed to say something. And I was just like, you know, like, what is it? I was so, you know, like every second I was just waiting for her to just get it out. What is this? And, you know, apparently in 98% of cases, the placenta moves up on its own. So as the placenta grows, it's like a balloon, like writing on a balloon. As the placenta grows, if there was writing on the balloon, as you inflate it, the words grow upwards. So the placenta will grow along with it. So it should right itself as my tummy gets bigger, as baby gets bigger, as the uterus grows. I am hoping and praying that it does, because the potential complications can be quite serious. So one of them being if it continued to be low-lying, or if it even got closer, I may have to have a C-section. It may be scheduled even early to prevent any further potential complications. And there's just a lot that can, I mean, you have to, we're doing this already. You know, there are some things that they want you to do if it is low-lying at a later time. They may recommend more, you know, in the 30s weeks, like 32 weeks and on, but we're sort of doing it as a precaution now, not directed by doctor, but just because I feel that it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable, such as we're abstaining from any, you know, abstinence, you know what I mean? And I am just taking it easy. I'm being really cautious with, I'm taking the stairs easily. I am not like bouncing, not letting the girls bounce on me and jump all over me. I'm being careful not to lift very much weight. My 3-year-old is, you know, heavier obviously now than 35 pounds, so I don't want to risk lifting her very much. I'm just trying to take it easy and not strain, and be a little bit more cautious, and lie down as much as I can and sit down when I can, and that kind of thing. And it's not, as I said, that is not directed by a doctor. They say you can maintain regular activities. That's just purely from me reading things and getting scared on Google that I'm taking these precautions now, and just decided, got a little fruit fly in here, forgive me. But I've just decided to go ahead and take these precautions now. But we will see what happens. I have another anatomy, or another ultrasound scan scheduled for 25 weeks, and we will know a lot more then if it's making any progress, and then we'll sort of go from there. So I'm really hopeful. I am worried. I'm really worried. I have never had, as I said, I've never had a complication before, and this is the first time that, but I'm still always, like, you know, very cautious and really a worrier naturally. But for me with this, it's just, I've read some things that are just scary. You know, people go through these things and they can get quite serious. So I'm just hoping and praying and going to do everything I can do, although there's not that much I can do. And it's interesting because anything that they say, there are some risk factors, but really it's pretty random. You know, the placenta puts itself where it does. It's, you know, it's not something that it does what it does. But there are some risk factors, and I don't really fit in any of those categories to my knowledge. You know, such as like being over 35, smoking, stuff like that. So, I don't know, we'll see. So I really hope it does fix itself. If anybody has been through anything like this, if you've had a low-lying placenta or placenta previa, which is when it actually covers the cervix partially or complete, if you've been through any of those type of situations, I would so love to hear from you. I don't know anyone who's been through this, and I would just love any insight, any experience, and any suggestions of what you did or anything to share. I would just love so much to hear from you. So please do comment below. Let me know if you have any experience with this. Anyway, so that over with. Now, time for the great news, which is, what is the gender of the baby? So I'll just get in there right here. So what do we think, boy or girl? Any guesses? Final guess? Here we go. Baby number 3. There she is. That's our little girl. Our littlest girl. I can hardly believe it. Oh, this camera is gonna be like, where do I focus? Where do I focus? But Here's our little one. She is absolutely so beautiful in our eyes. We're just in love with her already. We just have stared so long at her ultrasound pictures, and we have our other daughter's ultrasound pictures up on our mantle, and so we have them all together, and just to see the three girls and to see their similarities and of all their 20-week scans is just so amazing. We're gonna have a little girl gang. I've never wanted anything more in my life, and I am just blown away and grateful to God that we are having this amazing miracle in our lives. And I just obviously I'm hoping and praying that she continues to grow well, and that she, you know, that there are no complications, and I just want to do everything I can to protect her. Anyway, I don't want to get rambly, forgive me, but I just want to make sure this little girl gets here safe and sound. So we are very excited. I'm a little nervous, but I know it's all gonna work out, and I know that she's gonna be here, and when I get to hold this little girl and we are home and I'm on this camera talking to you all, I'm gonna be the happiest person in the world. So anyway, here I go. Pregnancy hormones. Oh, I forgot about my symptoms. Okay, I'm gonna run into a few symptoms. This is Pregger's brain. A few symptoms that I've been experiencing in the past few weeks have been, I've had like crampy feelings, and I guess it's just round ligament pain. So round ligament pain is getting intense. My hips, my lower belly, my back, I've been having that sciatic pain that kind of shoots down your legs. So the back of my legs have just been getting that cramp, you know, and my husband is so wonderful. He'll actually rub me down or like rub my feet, and I'm just always so grateful to him when he does that, because it's just the one thing that gives me like any relief. Like, don't stop, please. It just, oh my gosh. Then I've been having heartburn. That's a real one for me, that in all of my pregnancies has sort of been my worst symptom. As a singer, it's something I worry about, but I did have a throat scope after my second pregnancy and everything is fine, so thank goodness. But so I'm much less worried about it than I was last time, but I'm trying to take care of it as cautiously as I can. I just don't eat 4 hours before bed. I take a Tums if I sense anything like that. I don't even have water 2 hours before, so and then I sleep a bit elevated. So that's the game plan. It seems to be working this time, so far so good. I've been having, this is like, I'm not so much today, but I've been breaking out big time. Just all over my chin in weird places I've never had a breakout before. But some great symptoms are my nails are growing and they are just like strong as can be. I love that symptom. My hair is growing and feeling thick and just healthy, and that's always a big plus. On the good symptoms side, I'm feeling a lot of energy. So I'm able to get things done. I'm able to stay on top of things so much more, which just helps me to just feel less down. You know, when I'm feeling really, really behind about things, I have a hard time feeling good about anything. If I'm just like overwhelmed with all the stuff that feels like a mountain in front of me, it's just hard. So the first trimester was that way, and I had to just try to be at peace with it. And this second trimester, it's been really, really good so far. So that is about, oh, and then stuffy nose. Oh my gosh, I have the stuffiest nose. And that's just the swelling and then the shortness of breath. So if you've noticed that through this video, I'm sorry. It's really annoying, I'm sure. So it's annoying to me, so I'm sure it's annoying to you. So I'm sorry. But that's sort of what I'm having to deal with now. So anyway, those are the symptoms. Time for a bump shot. And yeah, here is the baby. Forgive my pale tummy. It's so funny because I'm not that pale in real life, but I've got this setting on the camera. And please forgive the smudges. My little ones are all over mirrors all the time. It happens every single day. So I would have to be Windexing every single day. But I'm so blown out. This whole room is so blown out. It's like a whitewash. But anyway, so here's the belly for 20 weeks. It's really getting out there. I feel that I'm much bigger this time. Especially like up top. I feel like I've always carried really low, but yeah, there's the baby. I feel really big. I know that when I look back on this, when I'm 30 weeks, I'm gonna be like, that was nothing compared to where we're headed. So anyway, but I can't wait to get to the 30-week mark. I know I'm gonna be so relieved when I get to that, and I pray that we find out that the low-lying placenta has corrected itself and I can be a little less cautious. And yeah, so anyway, just want to get to that 30. So anyway, I'll be taking it a little easy, being comfy. Yeah. So anyway, I guess I will just end the video here. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so very much. And I hope you'll follow along on this journey. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you as a part of this family. I've got such great people that I get to correspond with, and you all make me feel so much less alone. And I appreciate that so much. So thank you for your support. Thank you for following along, and love and blessings to you and yours. And we will see you next week.